really don't even know what my point is, but, and I understand when we put our name on this thing and Bay Care comes up in here, where y'all gonna pull the money from, that's all I'm saying. I don't have enough information here to be approving the budget.
If they come up here, it'll be the first time in 5 years.
There's nothing that mandates that we fund it. So that's the whole thing. If it's not mandated, we don't have it in the budget, it's not funded.
Is this board prepared to not fund city recreation? Where 70-some% of the kids from the county is the ones that participate in the city program? I tell you, I'm not satisfied with that. Now, to say where I can sit here and know without going line item by line item where to find the money to do it at is what I would have to do. And I haven't been exposed to that.
Like I said, it won't be the first time.
Well, again, since July, you've had a budget printout of the budget.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
And you've been exposed to it.
Well, I understand. I mean, I've got numbers. We've been living with it since I got into office.
Let me remind everybody, on July 28th, we accepted the lowest millage rate there. And I reminded everybody then before the vote that there would be some hard decisions have to be made, and that the train wasn't coming down the track anymore. It was at the door, knocking the door down, and we voted for this, and so we're going to have to live with it, whether we like it or not.
I'm good with it.
All right, has anybody got anything else?
This, medical examiner's budget increased by $4,897 due to interlogical agreement with Bay County for autopsy service. Are we renegotiating with them? Is this the cheapest that we can get these services? Have we looked at what our options are? I know that's just because that's what we've always done, was hooked up with Bay County's medical examiner.
Actually, that's our share of it.
You've already approved the contract.
Yeah.
I think you're paying the same thing as every county.
We're prorated out per
Prorated out.
population per county on the medical examiner.
I had it 3 years ago,
As good a deal as you get.
3 or 4 years ago. All right.
What millage rate was approved?
89195.
8 what?
89195.
89195. Thank you. And is the budget is presented in this, is it balanced?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, anything else, Mr. Brown? I got, Mr. Brown.
Well, there's only line out here. Wondering here how to determine a level to cut.
What page you on, Charles?
Page 4. Page 4, yeah, cut by 15%.
Which one?
Could be, fire.
National Business. It's in your notes, and I just read it. It's out there. The budget committee, the fire departments, and the ambulance. But Randy, we asked, he met with us, the committee got him in there and asked him to work with us on behalf of the mill. And, and he resubmitted the budget, and he gave his explanations, what it would do if he did it.
The fire department?
Yes. The fire department, no, the same thing, fire department and ambulance, was cut to $500,000 the same.
Mr. Hagan was representing the
Yeah.
fire department.
What was it, the last 3-4 years we've been funding them at
$498.
$498. And not making up the difference between that. We made up the difference between the original $490 something and what that mill brought in.
What I'm coming to is,
It's come down every year.
Right, there's 13 fire departments or something, or 11, the ratio of cut, who's taking the cut, each one of them?
You've got the GST funding formula that you approved back in 1999, and updated every couple of years since then, and the funding formula will have to apply to the amalgamated itself after the distribution. Can I address that further, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir, come up here. That's kinda
I
complicated.
talk loud from here, if that's okay. What you need to consider, Mr. Pierce is here this morning, the board also agreed a few years ago to, co-sign's not the right word, but to stand good for the truck that he's got. We've got a new department back here, and they've been having $3,000 taken out to go to, back to, MSBU payoff that, is tied up in a lawsuit. There's several things that you have allowed our departments to do, that when we make this cut, there's going to be some adjustments have to be made, like in the training and education line items and some of the other line items. You also have forestry in here, and if you fund forestry at that state mandated level, that will come off of your local fire departments too. And that is something the committee didn't know. I just, in the last 10 minutes, David and I asked him about it, it just dawned on me, we didn't have a state forestry budget either. We had to pay them so much per acre, so many 3 cents an acre, or, and that went up. That went up some since then, so, you're going to take, and I say that in part, Mr. Abbott, because I know that you'll come back, the board always does, to this recreation thing. It's going sure, if we're in the desperate times that we're in, youngest may have to quit playing ball. They may have to start mowing yards or hoeing peas or something else. I sure hate to give our money to anybody, and I represent a city in my other life. I'd hate to be giving money to anybody to play ball and do some other things like that, and not be able to provide fire protection or jobs for employees.
Mr. Hayes,
Yes, sir.
I feel like it's my obligation to try to keep kids off the street.
I understand.
And it's also my obligation to say, I'm for fire protection 100%. But when I give fire protection, what the money used, I don't want it put in the bank over and sit. You understand what I'm saying?
I do, and that, you handled that last year. The money don't go to these fire departments now. The money, we handle the money. That money don't go to the fire departments to go in the bank.
And they use it.
Yes,
Several fire departments use it all the time.
That's right.
Because I know in the past, we've having some problems with
Right.
giving money and it not being,
Right.
accepted.
That money's administered by purchase orders. Now, you do have a city that we may be having some, but you have an agreement. They're funded a little bit differently. You do have a city that may not be providing all the money that they get to fire services. We're checking on that now, but your rural departments, their monies are administered by purchase order, and we write the purchase order, finance pays the bills and things like that. The money does not go to the fire department.